Hello everybody, welcome back to My Player Career Mode. Today's episode is going to feature an all-important fixture against Inter Milan, as you can see by the table. In fact, let me show you it real quick before we go into anything else. Look at this. It is very, very close considering where we were, but 10 games remain, 1 point behind Inter Milan. Today's opponent's Roma, followed by Napoli in the semi-final leg 1 of the Coppa Nazionale, followed by Inter Milan. Jam-packed, full of difficult games in there. We've even got AC Milan coming up in the next month as well. So, I'm going to waste no time, and we're going to jump straight into it today. Just to let you guys know, there will only be one upload on this particular Thursday. I will have Der Rafschap coming back out tomorrow, and a Road to Glory Roundup coming out probably in the near future, maybe tomorrow or Saturday, because it looks like that series has now pretty much come to a close. Maybe I'll play one more season. I don't exactly know what's going to happen in that. I haven't decided yet, so I'm giving myself a couple of days to do round other things, and then I'll make my decision. Of course, at the same time as well, I'm currently working on episode 1 of Player Career Story, which is going to be dropping hopefully this weekend. I'm going to try my hardest to get it out for you at some point over the weekend. I know a lot of you are hyped for it. There is some changes to it as well that's coming that we didn't do last year, which is why it's taken a bit longer to sort of make the episode than usual. But hopefully you guys will enjoy that when it does eventually drop. So, let's jump into our first game of the day then, which looks like it's going to be Roma first. And I don't actually know where if Inter are playing at the same time. If they are, it might be that we could even bump up ourselves to number 1 without having to play them yet. But that game against them is massively important, remember. Having said that, though, so is this game against Roma. So, we can't discredit this either. We've got to win this one. If we don't win this, then, pretty much doesn't matter what happens with Inter. So they are currently going to be playing against, Milan are playing Palermo. Inter play tomorrow against Bologna. So we will actually have played an extra game. So if we don't win this, the chances are they're going to win that game. So let's hope we do as we travel away to take on Roma. I think we comfortably dispatched them last time though, so it shouldn't be a problem. Shouldn't be the key word. You never know. That's the side. Let's get into game. And it will be Roma to get us off and running here then. And it is a massive, massive night. I guess for both teams. I'm not actually sure where Roma are. I don't know how they're faring, but I know from the last game we played against them, they can't be doing too great as already a goal has been on us. We've only played 2 minutes and immediately Roma have hit first, straight from kickoff. I said we can't lose the game. Well, we've started quite possibly the worst way we could have done. We haven't even touched the ball and the ball's in our back of our net. Nobody picks him up. First time left-footed shot, straight past Perrin. No chance at all for him. Well, just as we claw back the gap, we are now going to have to fight back from a goal to nil down as well to do it. Unbelievable. I mean, listen, you never know what to expect when it comes to defending from Juventus, but 2 minutes is just not even long at all, and already behind. Fernandez up towards us. Forget about past results, they don't matter at this point now. Emre Can, Kai Havertz. Havertz taking it back on the left foot, not sure he needed to do that, but he still has it here, the German. Havertz now feeds feet. Havertz is still gone, get it back to him, and it's a poor effort in the end from Kai. The pass wasn't really in front of him though, I've got to be doing that better. He seemed to lash at the shot, didn't he? We played the return pass. Maybe he could have taken a touch, but he took it left-footed, trying to catch the keeper out early. And it's a good save in the end from Roma's goalkeeper. I feel we've got to get an equaliser very, very quickly because I don't want this game going on too long and to still be 1-0 down at like 70 minutes because then I start to panic a little bit. So we'll try and get this as a step over drives inside the area and still we go on. And that is tremendous defending. Plays it off of us to get a goal kick. Wow. Oh, it's a penalty kick. No, things have just got even worse for the away side. We might have dispatched against them last time when it came to it, but it looks like Roma have an opportunity to make it 2-0. Upamecano goes to ground. There's hardly any touch on the Roma player, but the referee's given it. You only have yourselves to blame, and the man that put them 1-0 in front has a chance to make it 2. 20 minutes in, and Juventus are crumbling when it comes to the title race. It steps up, and Perrin just stays down the middle. I said it steps up. I mean, he steps up. Oh. Perrin. You've got to make the dive. And he's doubled Roma's advantage. He's doubled his own as well. I can't even pronounce his surname. I apologise for that. I wouldn't even know where to start. Haaland, maybe? But if it is, Haaland has just doubled his goal tally for the game. And Juventus are sinking when it comes to the swimming. Will we sink or swim was what I was thinking before we started today's video. Well, we are sinking. Havertz does well with Brandt to find us, and I can't actually get away from them here. Good defending again. I'm struggling a little bit to make things happen in this game, not going to lie. Roma look like they want it a bit more as well. Brandt again, going to play it now. He goes back, he gets it back as well. That's not a great pass. Fernandes trying to block it. We are just under half an hour into this game, and we haven't looked like a clear-cut chance myself. We've got Havertz in once, but I haven't been able to get into a really shooting position yet. Fernandes, nice, gets it in towards us. We've got to finish it. Oh, that is just not on at all. We're just not on. It's not. I'm sick and tired of hitting the woodwork recently. We just keep getting so unlucky in these areas. It is actually not funny anymore. Like, I'm not laughing, and that's... You guys probably are, but I'm not laughing. It's not funny anymore. The amount of times I've hit the bar in this season alone, I think I've hit it more times this season than the entire series going. And you know what as well? That's not a time to hit the bar. That would have pulled us back into 2-1 in a really good time as well. I said I didn't want to get to 70 minutes and be 1-0 down. We might well get to 70 minutes and be 2 down, which could just be abysmal for us. Roma defending pretty well here as we finally get a little bit more space. Fernandes waits in the middle. It's gone all the way through and nobody can tap it in. It was right across the face of that goal. Just begging somebody to put the ball in the back of the net at this point now. Anybody. I'll even take the goalkeeper running up to tap it home if it means we score. Somebody please get this ball in the back of the net. We need a goal to pull us back in this. Why am I the one going for this? I'm going to tell you right now, I was not controlling my pro there to run towards that ball. The game took over and made me do it. And I can't give it up now, can I? Jamal Lascelles has come on for Upamecano. Got to be honest as well. He's liable to a mistake at the back, Upamecano. He's a quality defender, but at times he is liable to a mistake. He gave away the penalty here. Last episode, I think, was it against like Hellas Verona? Tivo Verona, one of the two of them. He ended up not clearing the ball off the line very well, and it ended up going in the back of our net. Julian Brandt's going to get there. He's at the woodwork now, but he bounces back and he scores. 5 minutes left for Juventus to find a goal, which would be massive here. I mean, at this point, again, I return back to my point I made earlier where we hit the post. That goes in. Brandt scores that. It's 2-2 in the game. I was actually trying to pick up the ball as well to get it back on the spot as fast as we can. 4 minutes plus injury time here. I don't think there's enough time for us to make this happen now, but we just didn't give away that stupid penalty. We might have had this. We might have been able to do it. Lascelles, Robertson, we haven't got time to be passing it around our back four. We've got literally 2 minutes left. I know we've got to keep hold of possession, but we've also got to try and go forward with it when we have. Chan, Danjuma, poor again from him. I spoke about his final product recently. Sometimes it's been really bad. We give it 1-2. No way. Oh, he's gone all the way through. There might still be a chance, though. Chan with a flick down. We've still got it. Is it there for the chance, though? Ball through. Emre Can. Come on, this has got to be it. It's bouncing in the area. First time. No way. There's absolutely no way that has happened. Oh, no. The last kick of the game for Juventus, and he's come off the bar. Look at the reaction of Jamal Lascelles, because he knows how big this is. The fact of the matter is, that might be the difference from us winning the title this season. It keeps us a point behind Inter, and they now have a game in hand. Do you know what? On another day, we'd have won that. We hit the post, then we hit the bar with the last kick of the game. Nah, this is outrageous. I'm telling you, the amount of times I've hit the woodwork this season alone. I mean, look at that as well. 39% possession, 2 shots, 2 on target, 2 goals for Roma. It's not on at all. I can't believe we lost that game. Oh, man. We now have to hope that for some miraculous reason, Inter drop points against Bologna, which I don't think is going to happen. Man, oh man, I was not thinking that was how it's going to go. We've got Napoli in a second here, but I just want to check now, how did Inter actually do? They drew. So we have got a little bit of luck there. We can still go top if we beat them in that game to come later on today. It looks like Milan have actually dropped points as well. They lost to Palermo. Woo! This is hyped up very much indeed. 9 games to go, and it's still a 3-horse race. Inter, Juventus and Milan all in it. And we face off against Inter next, with a chance to go top of the table at stake, or for them to keep it. That's huge. But first, Napoli in the semi-final first leg. Coppa Nazionale. I mean, at this point, I would take a final of this if we can get there, and maybe a Champions League final, wink wink. Hope is there. Why is Wanyama starting at CDM? This is what I'm talking about. The manager's choice selection at times is just stupid, because we've got no Havertz again. He's not starting. Wanyama starts in CDM. We've got Ontasi at right back. I swear he's the most played right back we've got at the club all of a sudden now as well. Yeah, strange. Anyway, let's get into game. and hope that we don't throw this one away. Just got to put that Roma result to the back of our mind. On another day, like I said, we would have won that. It's just a bit unfortunate. They had 2 shots scored on both, and we hit the crossbar twice. But back to normal service then as we try and get ourselves a win in leg 1 of the Coppa Nazionale. There is still a second leg, so if this all does go to pot, we do have a second chance. But I don't want to rely on that second chance, you know. Cosiello skips past 1, plays it to Mendes. The pass is back towards Pedro, back to Mendes. We're 25 minutes into this game, no real chance to show you yet. Napoli might be able to get it here, though. Grassi to Mendes, and Mendes' shot is wide of the post. But that is the first shot of the game. Mendes, João Pedro, back to Mendes. 5 minutes away from half-time. Cross swung in, it's completely missed in the air by Lascelles, and Napoli take the lead. Every time a cross gets swung into the box, the reason that I panic a little bit is because I know that this is what happens. Again, arguably should be so easy to deal with for our centre-backs. And Jamal Lascelles, I don't know really. Am I being too harsh? He misjudges the flight of the ball, so he just gets completely underneath it. Am I being too harsh thinking that he should deal with that with ease? Or am I right? Because, again, we're now 1-0 down in a game that's had no real quality to be 1-0 down in. Neither side have done anything that's made me really get to the point and think, yeah, that should have gone in. Again, deal with that. We've got no problem at all. Their shot went wide at the first chance of the game as well. But again, poor from us. And now we're 1-0 down, having to fight back again. I mean, yeah, every time it gets swung in, I always panic a little bit because I'm thinking, is this the time they're going to deal with it? Or are we going to see the usual Juventus flap at the ball and hope that it goes out? And it might still get worse as well before half-time. Oyarzabal looking for the cross again. This time Perrin reads it well and comes out to collect. But that's going to do it for the first half. Fernandez steals it. We've played Danjuma. What are we going to do, though, with the ball now? What's he going to do with it? Look at the space. Look at the time he had. That is so bad. The reason I didn't call for it is because I didn't want him to cut back on the right foot and then play the pass too late. But in the end, he had 2 players to aim at, and he got neither one of us. It's just abysmal. Lascelles will find us with that as well as I try to find the top corner. First shot of the game, finally. And it's come from about 25 yards out. Wow. Nice actual win there from Danjuma as he flicks it towards us. And here now is Fernandez. Why is he looking for a quick 1-2? I'm not in position to get it back, mate. I'm beginning to get increasingly frustrated here. You can see with that tackle. It's just every time we get the ball, we're just so stupid with it. Make your own decisions, man. I didn't even ask for that 1-2. Mendes swings in the cross, and it's going to go straight out. I can't win it there. I'm going to try and win it now, but it's put back into the area. Untersea should deal with this, and does. Ziyech with the ball at his feet. What's he going to do? Plays it up towards us. Danjuma make moves. Or just don't run after the ball then and then give away a free kick. That's also great. I know my pass wasn't fantastic, but you did stand still for a second. Oh, man. Absolute rubbish here. And Napoli are going to win the game by a 1-0. Back-to-back defeats today. Not how I thought today was going to go. I'm not going to lie. I thought we turned the page. I thought we turned it all around. You know, I looked at this and thought, after the last episodes we've been banging in the goals for fun. We're playing well as a team. Got the mojo back. Got the confidence back. Well, that's just been squashed here today. 2-1 loss in game 1 to Roma, 1-0 to Napoli. And I'm going to be brutally honest, here, we never even looked like scoring. The only chances we did, we wasted ourselves. We are literally our own problems. I don't think we're losing games because a side is better than us. We lose games because we make too many mistakes. Again, I'm not sure if I'm being harsh on Lascelles or not. But I felt, oh, you've got to be actually joking me. Look at the bottom left. Suspension, red card. I'm not going to be able to play against Inter Milan. I might even have to go back and have a look at what I was booked for there. Because if it's not a booking, rigged. So, 9 games left. And I can't play a part in what could be the most significant game of the title race. I'm going to check back and see what I was booked for to see if I could have avoided the yellow card or not. However, it is effectively this game right here. Lose and I think it's over. Because we'll have 8 games remaining and the way we play sometimes just is not great. Oh, please, 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 please. We've gone into game. It's time to kick off. Unal's in our place. Jan Fernandez, Havertz in the midfield. So at least it's a better midfield trio. But Untersea at right back still. Sabitzer on the bench. Upamecano on the bench. You could even argue you could put Kelly at left back and move Taylor over to right back. Maybe even Lascelles right back. Bruno Viana. I don't know. But here we go then. This is going to be it. Oh, no. Butland in goal for Inter. Chambers. Skriniar. Should have taken the lead. Karamo is giving them a 1-0 lead. We can't do it. We can't do this. You have to bring it back, boys. We have to bring it back. Brandt scores 1-1. Oh, man. Is there a winner in the game for us, though? No! Rodriguez has given him a 2-1 win. Oh, no. I could play no part in it. Eight games remain. 4 points behind. It is now out. Or 5 points, sorry, because Milan have overtaken us as well. It's out of our hands. We no longer are in control of our destiny in this title race. We now have to hope that Inter are going to drop points elsewhere. I think they've done it. Genuinely, I think Inter are now going to be champions. We play Torino, they play Brescia, and Brescia down the bottom half of the table. Yeah, bottom three. I think Inter have done it. I think what the most frustrating part about it is that things could have been so different as well. Remember, if we'd have just not hit the woodwork the 2 times we did earlier on against Roma, and had put those in the back of the net, we win that game 3-2. We close the gap. We go into that with confidence. Now, we return for for Torino, sorry, but like I said, I think it's done now anyway. So we just have to focus on winning and then hope more than anything that they drop points. Well, the likelihood of it happening now is that it's going to be Inter's title or AC's. I don't know what their running's like though, so I can't say for sure. The one thing I do know though, if we are to try and win this, is going to be we have to play perfectly throughout the rest of our 8 games. We can't afford mistakes. We have to win all 8, I'd say, if we want to win this title. So, yeah, effectively, that's our only objective now. Win the rest of our 8 games remaining in the season. That is all we've got to do. Julian Brandt found really nice football. Brandt has to find a return pass, though, and he does! And that is what we're capable of. That's what I mean. That's what he should be doing. That is how easy it is for us. But sometimes we just don't make the right choices. And we've got the lead against Torino. We are still very much early doors, though, in the game, so we can't get ahead of ourselves. And at this point, there's not much reason to, because, yeah, you know, at this stage, even if we win the game, all we're going to do is match the result elsewhere if it's going the same way. I'm not sure if they're playing on the same day, so we'll check that at half-time. But for the most part, we are in front here. I don't know how many that does for the season. Potentially 25, is it, for the season? I mean, it's inconceivable, again, that we're going to win a golden boot and not win the league. Like, it just feels bad, man. Mitrovic, free header, 1-1. There you go. That's why I don't get ahead of myself. Because there's no point. Because we know what was coming. Too easy again. Way too easy again. Torino are going to be happy with that. But as my standpoint, again, I'm looking at our defence and going, what are you doing? Here you go. No problem at all. Ball sent through. Turns. Allows him to turn. Upamecano in no man's land. Their midfielder's free with a header. 1 apiece. I mean, is there any need? There's absolutely no need, Danjuma. Your first contribution after coming onto the field of play is to pick up a booking, and you didn't need to go in and do it. We had them pressed in that corner of the pitch. They had no way out other than to try and clear their lines, and he just took him out and gave him a free kick for nothing. It's decision-making, again, it comes back to. Fernandes wins the header, which we cannot get on the end of, though. Yerry Mina's headed it out, and we've curled one in from the edge of the area. Back to how we have been doing them in recent years. Turning back the clock with that, but I can't even be happy. I genuinely can't be happy because we're making a meal of this game, so much so that when I said earlier about us having to win our next 8, I don't see us doing it because we're so poor. There's so many mistakes getting into this team. Feels like a bit of an overhaul needed really at Juventus. Obviously, we're not going to be here to see that, but cool as you like. Smash it top bins. I'll put us back in front. I'll carry the team to victory, shall I? Jeez, this is just harder than it needs to be, in all honesty. Chan cuts that ball out. We find Sabitzer. Holds on to the ball here. Marcel Sabitzer finds Brandt. Brandt's going to look towards us, but it's cut out by Yerry Mina, who's forced to put it out into touch. 8 minutes to go. I'd be quite happy for us to keep this ball up here if it means us seeing this game out, which Robertson has the throw in. Brandt swings in the delivery. It's cleared away by their goal scorer. Upamecano underneath it. Robertson towards feet. This is the area we just killed it in from last time. Sabitzer! Thunders one to the top corner. Point secured for Juventus. What a strike. Then again, it begs the question as to why he's never starting in the team. And we're starting the likes of Who are we actually starting ahead of him? I mean, Ziyech has done all right. Chan's doing pretty all right. Havertz doesn't get started either. We sometimes... who is actually getting started over him? Wanyama, I guess, but I think he's only had like a couple of starts. I don't actually know who's starting in this central midfield sometimes, but it's a bit, that showcases his quality really, doesn't it? We've got a minute left of normal time, then injury time as Shenzig Under is with a throw-in, which should be dealt with by us here. Havertz get underneath that and win it. I mean, not exact clearance by Robertson. Goes nowhere. Leo Jabba now looking for the shot. Sabitzer underneath it. Does well there, actually. Marcel Sabitzer, credit where credit's due. Got us out of a really bad situation, but at least we're going to get the win here. Made it very difficult for ourselves, but it's now secure. And that's step 1 of 8 in just winning our final 8 games. Julian Brandt might have one more attack in him here. Can he get a good delivery? Brandt turning. It's just waited too long to play the ball. And that's going to do it then. 3-1 Juventus. Winning end to today's episode after losing our first 2. And then losing against Inter when we were suspended. So, at least we end off on a bit of a high note. Oh, by the way, there was no other game going on at the same time as this. That's why I didn't show you the halftime. Milan still to play against Bologna. Roma, Atalanta still to kick off as well. And Inter will play tomorrow. We've been drawn against AS Monaco in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Fancy my chances there, I'd like to say. Then again, you never know. How is it looking then for us as we end off today's episode? 31 league games in. We will kickstart it next time out with AS Monaco. But it's now Juve who are in second. Milan did drop points and we've got them next. They are also having a bit of a stinker at the moment. 1-1 draw with Bologna, so we're a point ahead of them. But Roma smashed Brescia 3-1. 7 games to go, 5 points behind. We've got a far better goal difference than any of the other 2 clubs should it come down to that. But then again, I'm not sure it will. 53 goals scored so far for Juventus this season. How many have we got in those 53? I'll be interested to see. I'm going to say I think we've got just under half. Serie A, 23 and 26. So we've got 23 of 53. So 30 goals elsewhere in the side that hasn't been scored by us. Is there anybody else in the top 25 for goals in this Juve side? No. We are the highest. Brandt and Havertz both with the top assists in the league as well. I'm in there with 4. Emre Can and Ziyech in there with 4 as well. Clean sheets. Apparently we've got the most. Disagree. But that's it for today then, my friends, and that will do it. If you have enjoyed today's episode, I apologise for the stinker of performances that we put in today. I will try and amend that next episode, even if it does mean that we don't win ourselves a Serie A title. But you can do what you can do, I guess, and try your hardest. That's all we can do now, rest of the season. If you have enjoyed it, though, a like would be greatly appreciated. If you are new around here, like what you see, hit that subscribe button down below to be following the channel. To be notified whenever new videos go live, make sure you have the notification bell alongside it turned on as well. As I said earlier, only the one video today, which is this one, as I work towards getting that episode of My Player Story coming out, which is hopefully going to drop this weekend. Alongside that, tomorrow, we have the return of De Graafschap. I will upload another My Player video as well tomorrow for you all on top of that. And then at some stage, maybe when we drop the Player Story, we will also have the roundup of the Road to Glory career mode. So all that to come over the next couple of days. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday night, guys, and I will see you all again tomorrow on the Friday from 4 PM for another video. Until then, adios.